The retiring director of the GBI is going home for good tonight. Vernan Keenan has been head of the state's leading crime-fighting agency for 16 years. One of his most memorable moments occurred in 2011 when he engineered the surrender of the accused police killer, Jamie Hood, in Athens. Hood agreed to surrender himself and his hostages only if there was a live television feed. When 11 Alive News volunteered to provide the live pool video feed, Hood gave himself up, and Keenan was on hand to take him into custody.
I've told some of my counterparts, do not, if you're looking for a career enhancement, I don't recommend that. There's a lot of pitfalls with doing live on television surrender.
Today, Vernan Keenan gave a miniature replica GBI badge to 11 Alive's Doug Richards, who had volunteered our video feed for that surrender that night in March of 2011. We will not forget that around here. Keenan told Doug that he agreed with the Athens jury's decision 4 years later to spare Hood's life and to keep him off death row. Keenan, in fact, predicts the death penalty will be discontinued someday, not only in our state, but around the country.